Good morning, everyone. My name is Muna, and you're welcome to Drive Through with Muna. We've done now 3 episodes of the show, and I'll try as much as possible to make sure that we do these sessions every Monday, right? And so we've done 3 episodes, right? The first was talking about how ideas do come. Most of people get their ideas in the shower, right? Or because they've noticed the pattern, they've been able to see how things are going, they've been able to analyze industries and see where the opportunities are, right? They might have worked in a company and then they're able to see, I could do a business that services my previous employer and things like that. And then we talked about how to analyze opportunity, right? To see whether the business idea that we have, whether it will work. Then we went ahead to talk about customers, like how to identify your customers, that not everyone is your customer and what that means, right? I think for me, and then today we'll talk about the next step, testing the idea. Most of the time, I see in Nigeria, right, is that people, they have an idea. It's either they spend a lot of time overanalyzing or they just go all out, right? You're not sure. You've done a bit of analysis. You're not sure completely that this would work, right? And so you need to be able to tread cautiously. And I would say this because there's sometimes people have launched, especially with reference to the logistics space, with maybe like having invested maybe 10 million naira, 15 million naira, even going all the way and getting, like trucks and vans and things. And then they realize that the opportunity that they expected is not the same as what's on the ground. And then so I always suggest for most people that you test an idea first. If you want to go into a business, you want to go into fashion, right? You try and so close yourself, see how it is, notice the challenges, notice the problems, notice the opportunity on a very small scale, and then decide for yourself if it's something you want to go into long term. And this I say because a lot of people even go all the way to register businesses, and one of the things that you get to know in experience, right, is that at the end of the day, from the very first day you register that business, fees start piling up. Registration fees for annual renewal of your licenses and things. And so it's important that you test the idea, see whether it works on a little scale, and then when you want to formalize that business, then you can, register, you can do everything. So the first thing first, how would this business work? So from my own experience, right, when I started my logistics business, I wanted to see whether I could make money from it. If people at that point in time were willing to pay to help them, take their goods from point A to point B, right? You're testing the willingness of customers to pay and the profitability of that business, right? So I didn't even buy any bikes. When people, requested for deliveries, I would step out, I'll take a public transport, and then I'll step out and take a public transport, and then I would, pick up the item, call the receiving customer, and tell them that I'm on my way. I'll do the same thing around and take the public transport, take it to the receiver, give them the item. And I was doing this to test, different scenarios, right? To see at what point is the receiver paying, in what sort of arrangement does the receiver pay? In what sort of arrangement does the sender pay, right, for the delivery? And then the other nuances, what are the challenges? Would it be a situation where maybe, and then situations came up where maybe I was already, currently doing the delivery, and then the customer requested another delivery. So how will I be able to do that? And when I saw that kind of challenge come up, when I started increasing, when customers started increasing, I now realized that I needed more than one person, right? And then I was not able to get some of the taxi drivers in my area, because there's a taxi rank close to the hotel, that's right beside where I used to work, and so I now contracted them to do the deliveries while I handle the requests that were coming in, right? And then another thing happened, and I realized that it was a case of customer service, right? Some drivers were better at relating to customers with others, and then it now brought to a situation where there's a training problem. There's how do you train people to be able to treat customers the right way, right? And so and the question is, how do you deal with customers that tell you that the pickup point is here, whereas it's somewhere in a different location, somewhere further down? How do you handle that sort of how did I handle that sort of scenarios? And so it's always important in any business that you do, whether it's fashion, whether it's a restaurant business, whether it's anything, try it on a small scale. Do it small, cook for a couple of friends. Check whether your recipes are right. Check whether the customer service is right. Do it at home first, and then see the nuances, like how things would happen if it was different. What happens if you have an angry customer, and things like that. How do you handle challenges that come along on a small scale first? And it then allows you to now see whether, is this business sustainable? Yes, you might have paying customers, but then you now calculate, okay, vis-a-vis my costs, my running costs for this business, and the price the customers are paying. Is this sustainable? Can I be able to hire people to handle the same, some of the monotonous tasks that I was doing? And you would now find out what is the profit margin on the first month, on the second month. Are you in the loss? Do you need to invest more money to be able to see whether profits will come out? And so all these things, all these analysis are very, very critical to the success of a business. And if you can try a business for 3 to 6 months and end up seeing that it's not worth it, you save yourself a lot of costs that you would have done if you had gone all in, right? And if it stops you from over analyzing, a lot of times people fall into this situation where they get into analysis paralysis mode. They're over analyzing, and there's so many things that you can't find out from a business in research from the outside. You get in it, get your hands dirty, and find out for yourself if this business works. It's so important. There are a lot of things that I've faced in my logistics business that no matter if I had talked to almost all the companies, that they would have been able to explain without me experiencing them first hand. It was when I got into the business I saw the importance of health insurance, not only for my staff but for myself, right? the importance of vehicle insurance, because what if they get into an accident? How do you bear those costs yourself, or will the insurance help you out and cover the costs? And so it's so important to be able to see the nuances, where are the challenges, where are the potential opportunities. If usually I thought that in logistics, in the courier business or whatever, that the only customers were e-commerce, right? People that I could pick up their goods and deliver their goods to their customers that might have bought those items online. But then I now realized that there's another opportunity in very finite dresses for corporate organizations, of their staff and their customers, right? So for example, insurance companies might want to verify whether the people that they're insuring actually have offices in the locations that they have set, and so on and so forth. Lawyers that want to serve, their cost, they want to serve people court orders and things like that. So you can see that it's so important to be able to test the business first before you launch fully. Tech companies call it a beta launch, right? And different businesses have different things that they say, when they want to test. But, so test the business first and see how it goes. I really, really appreciate you for those that, managed to stay to the end of this episode. I hope that you learned a lot, from, understanding the importance of testing your business. And, I wish and I hope that you continue to apply these techniques and these learnings that I've had into your own business, especially for the people that are starting out for the first time. Thank you for being part of Drive Through Muna, and I hope that you subscribe and you share this with first-time business owners, especially those running businesses in Africa. Have a fantastic day. Bye-bye.